Alright guys, so let's actually try to install a mod, and this one, by the way, is a mod I tried to install for quite a few years. More specifically, in 2012 I have actually started trying to install that. In around 2017 I learned how to actually put the mods, and right now I have actually managed to do that successfully by reading everything I needed to do so, because back then, to be honest, I didn't read at all what was in here, and I just copied the files, I put them in the folder, and that's it. But I didn't read the essential steps there were. So what is important about that mode is that it has these modules, and this also requires round Terminator to work. So first thing first, we go on round Terminator, and there it's simply a plugin that forces the round to end, and it also has requirements, and I didn't read that. But what is important about that thing is that it needs to have Orpheu that thing. And when we go to that page, we will actually need to install that thing. As you can see, it's in 2010, and the module is pretty big. This is actually a module, not a plugin, the Orpheu thing. It's interesting. But yeah, I had a quite hard time understanding that small line. Just unzip the content of that thing and that's all. But where's that thing? Because you don't see any other attached files like you used before. Well, it's because they are on GitHub. You know what's GitHub? It's how do you say it? Versionary control system. Version control system, yeah, which is especially used for storing different files, programming related, and it's basically used for that kind of stuff to survive time in case some links will be broken. As you can see, it has been used for quite a lot of time. So we will need to go on GitHub, and it says to download the Orpheu files to 6x-zip, and this is it. We will just go for this one. Yep, this is what we are going for right now, and we will just try to install them manually and see if it's going to work. Okay, so we do have the Orpheu files, and let me put that in here. We also have the Counter-Strike thing in here. What we don't have right now is the C-Strike, but let me look into that thing a bit. AMX Modics, configs. In configs, it's only Orpheu, so you can just put that in here. Yeah, it's nothing special, it's just some functions like AMX Modics has, or other things like so. Another thing which is important is the scripting. Yeah, so we can actually just put these in here, the scripting right here. Okay, and we also need the modules. That's an important thing. Well, from what I tried, we need only that one. I don't know what is with that SO. Honestly, I don't know what is that, but I will try. You know what? I will try to put that in here because last time I didn't try and it worked. But let's put that in the modules file, and let's do that thing. Also, if you remember, it's essential to go in configs and go in modules as well, and put the correct name for the thing, which is Orpheu. Okay, we need only that thing, and as you can see, put third-party modules below here. You can just list their names without the AMX, okay? So we are just going to put that in here, whatever, spaces are, you know, just spaces, nothing more, but we'll leave that like here, like that, because it's looking better. And we do have Orpheu. Okay, we can try this one out and see if it's actually working or not. And let's see. So starting dedicated server. And now we are waiting a bit. If only it will start. Okay, so as you can see, it has started, but we also need to see meta list. So as you can see, it has been installed correctly and it has been identified in the server. Okay, we can actually close the server and continue. I guess we don't actually need that anymore. And let's go with the next thing. Okay, I will probably put the links in the description for everything you need to see here. And another thing which we need to install is the round Terminator. So requirements. Now we have Orpheu, Amix and that thing. Okay. I didn't read that back then. You need to compile locally the plugin or using this web compiler since it uses third party. Includes from Orpheu and his plugin. Well, back then I just copy pasted the plugin and the source and that was it pretty much. Which is not how you do it. But anyways, we do have this thing and we're gonna put that on desktop. And we do have that thing on desktop. So now we are going in add-ons, amix configs. Let's look into that thing. Orpheu, what is that? I don't know, man. Memory functions. Yeah, whatever, I suppose it's working like that. He knows better what it has to do. So let's say we are looking in that thing. Memory functions. Yeah, something like that. We have put the memory and functions. What we need to do is use the scripting, which is also important. Okay. So in scripting we do have an include round Terminator and the round Terminator SMA. We are going to drag and drop these, and what we need to do is compile. So remember the last time we compiled? Well, we do the same thing, drag and drop the compile.exe. It says that it compiled successfully. And then we go to compiled, get the plugin, put that in plugins 2, copy the name, go to amix configs, and in plugins.ini we just put that plugin. And now to see if it works, we just start the server again. Start server. It didn't crash so far, so it's good. X plugins like that, and as you can see, it's from Terminator running, which is cool. Okay, another thing we need to do, which is also really important. Okay, now we finished that thing. We need to install the zombie swarm thing. This says that it requires round Terminator to work. Okay, this is actually pretty interesting because we kind of want to have an understanding of what is happening in here. Okay, so let's look into it a bit. Okay. We will need to turn on the following modules: C-Strike, Fake Meta, Fun Engine, Ham Sandwich. So let's go in C-Strike, add-ons, AMX Modics, and then we go in, no, not there, configs in modules.ini, and then, well, we now have Orpheu as well, but we need to see C-Strike. Okay, Fake Meta, we need to turn it on. Fun, it's already turned on. Engine, we need to turn it on. Ham Sandwich, and like so. We now changed the modules. We also have round Terminator enabled. It's looking horrible, not gonna lie, it's not what I remember from back then, but whatever. Okay, so so I had to press R. Okay, I didn't read that. But anyways, let's just, no, not the plugin, but C-Strike, that's the important stuff. So we do have this thing over here, right? We do have the C-Strike, yeah, and C-Strike. Okay, sound and models probably are two things we don't need to take care of that much, because these are just some resources and no modifications so much whatsoever. And what we need to look for is add-ons, AMX Modics, and let's go in the place, AMX Modics. Let's look in data. Okay, so I guess it's, yeah. Okay, we can just put that in here, but let's look in that thing too. Configs data. Yep. And we also need the plugin itself, but as you can see, there's no trace of the plugin. Well, we are going to delete that, and we are going to install the source. Okay, it's really important to keep in mind that in this type of situations, installing the plugin will cause more harm than good. Okay, so I will just show you in a second what I mean by that. And yeah, let's get the plugin. Let's paste it here, and also let's copy the name. Let's also change that in plugins. So we have put it in here, but when we open the Half-Life dedicated server, it will not work. Okay, it will get a runtime error. That is because we didn't compile the plugin, and we are going to do like that. We are going to compile the plugin. We go into scripting like we have to. Actually, we are just going to put that in here, and we are just going to compile the plugin. Let's just wait. Okay, it compiled successfully. Get the compiled plugin, put it in plugins folder, replace, start the server once again, and now we won't have any errors. Well, the server is working, but for some reason the IP has also changed. Okay, that's pretty weird, and I don't kind of want that. I really hoped for Hamachi to not open by itself, but it did anyways. It's important to have it turned off because I don't want to install that on my virtual machine. Okay, so we are going to start the server once again, and we are going to play locally because we don't have actually anyone to play with and test this out. Plus it's way faster to test it on your own. And yeah, we're going to run the game. Waiting as usual, because that's all we do. Wait, 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 and wait. But anyways, we are just going to connect to the game. Yep. Okay. Connect, and there we go. We are just going to connect to the server. And now, as you can see, we do have the zombie swarm, but it's definitely not something I remembered. Okay, now I do know that I'm looking like a zombie, but let me actually do one thing for you, because you'll probably hate me if I did that the way you would think of. Let me just reconnect. You can't change the teams in that mode for some reason, so I will play as counter-terrorist. Yeah, weird sounds. Okay, but anyways, I'm going to go on Linux as well, Debian, and yeah, this is the virtual machine, and we're going to connect. Okay, so we are just going to connect with that thing, and we're going to play as terrorist. And yeah, as you can see, I'm terrorist right now. Okay, so this is where I have to go. Let's just hope the player won't move by itself, or I'll freak out the hell out of me. Okay, but anyways, I do have night vision as well, so it's pretty fine with me. But the plugin itself, man, it doesn't seem like it's that great as I expected. I mean, look at that. The zombie looks shitty. Yeah, I don't quite like that much. Actually, if I remember correctly, I might have played that. Yeah, it looks kind of bad, not gonna lie. I really expected it to be that better when I was smaller. Maybe the players changed the plugin, who knows. But if we try that on Linux, well, I cannot play for some reason. It's quite hard to move my mouse on that virtual machine, but I'll try to play with my arrow keys. So as you can see, well, okay. So that's it pretty much, I guess. And yeah. Well, I cannot stop the camera right now, so let me go back to my computer and stop it. Okay, that's how you install a plugin, guys. I hope you understood quite a lot of things that we've done, and maybe you can install your plugins yourself in the next times, because that was a hard one. Really, that was quite difficult plugin to install. Okay.